Good morning. Today is the 27th of July, 2026, and this is the Defense Sports Wires Brief, your daily roundup of the latest defense, intelligence, and international security news. I'm Stuart Webb, and here are this weekend's top stories. An oil tanker hit a mine in the Strait of Hormuz and exploded, according to Iranian media, which was backed up by Western media. There have been no reports of casualties, the vessel's identity, or any environmental damage. Ukraine struck an Iranian vessel in the Caspian Sea. The vessel has been used for military cargo transport between Russia and Iran. The full damage to the vessel is unknown, but Iran claimed it was an act of aggression and threatened Ukraine with the possibility of Iranian missile strikes on the country. For Ukraine, the strike against the ship will provide additional leverage with Washington as to how the Ukraine war is tied to the war in Iran. Iran did provide Russia with Shahed drones, which Russia now produces as its own version, the Gram. Iran warned of unforeseen consequences for the Ukrainian attack, with Foreign Ministry spokesperson condemning the attack as illegal and unjustified, saying it violated the UN Charter and would not go unanswered by Tehran. Iran and the United States halted attacks against each other. The United States hopes that this will give space for some talk. Iran's Foreign Ministry spokesman said that Iran has no intention of resuming talks with the United States at this point. He added that the Strait of Hormuz remains closed and that messages are being relayed through mediators. Iranian state TV said the IRGC stopped 6 vessels attempting to transit the Strait of Hormuz through routes not approved by Iran. Moving on to Yemen and the situation in the Red Sea. Saudi Arabia struck Houthi military targets in Hudaydah after the Houthis declared a maritime blockade and hit 2 oil tankers transiting the Suez Canal. In retaliation, the Houthi rebels launched missile and drone strikes against Saudi Arabia. The Yemeni Air Force also conducted attacks on Houthi positions in recent weeks, demonstrating that the Yemeni government might still have some fight left in them against the Houthi rebel force. After the Houthi attack on Saudi Arabia, shipping in the Red Sea has slowed. 11 commodity vessels passed through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait on Sunday, the lowest amount in months. Moving on to the Russia-Ukraine war. There have been rumors of a possible Russian military mobilization. President Zelensky alleges that Russia is seeking 30,000 additional North Korean troops. There have been rumors that Putin is also preparing a new mobilization wave, as Russia cannot sustain its battlefield losses. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said it was premature for Russia to consider an air ceasefire. It has been reported that the United States and Ukraine are formulating a proposal to Russia to halt air attacks as a step in the peace process. In other news, a Canadian intern at the NATO military headquarters was arrested by Belgian authorities for espionage. The woman is a Canadian national of Chinese origin, and she was interning at NATO's Supreme Headquarters, Allied Powers Europe, or SHAPE, in Mons. No details of the alleged espionage are known. In Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu approved of the recruitment of 28,000 additional soldiers and the creation of 4 new army divisions, bringing the total to 12. The government believes that this surge will allow for better coordination, intelligence sharing, and faster response times. The country has been plagued by jihadists and armed bandits, and at the moment, the Nigerian army finds it stretched too thin across the country. The Sudanese army captured the capital highway linking Khartoum with El Obeid, a city that has been under siege by the RSF. The capture of the El Sadarat highway will permit the Sudanese army to resupply efforts to counter the RSF's push to seize the city. It also marks the first major offensive the Sudanese army has carried out in months. Israel launched a military incursion into Syria and set up a checkpoint at El Arda. The incursion came as the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres visited Syria. Israeli soldiers advanced in southern Syria and leaflets were dropped to warn citizens against attempting to obstruct Israeli forces. Israel has been conducting regular incursions into Syria since the fall of Bashar al-Assad in December 2024. Israeli settlers torched 2 mosques in the West Bank and scrawled graffiti. The arson attacks are seen as a response to a previous clash that left 6 people dead. A group of Israeli settlers, some armed, descended on the Palestinian village of Tel. Shots were fired on both sides, and 4 Palestinians and 2 Israeli soldiers were killed. According to the Afghanistan Freedom Front, the group captured 2 more Taliban outposts in the Zabak district of Badakhshan. The AFF also claimed that it shot down 2 Taliban drones. The Taliban denies this and says that it repelled the opposition attack in the district. Wildfires have been plaguing France and Spain. French President Macron held a crisis meeting today with government officials in response to the wildfires, which are burning across France. More than 200,000 people have been evacuated so far. Spain is also reeling from the wildfires. Over 75,000 people have been evacuated throughout the country. This concludes today's Defense Sports Wires brief. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and comment on the podcast, as it does help others find us. Have a good day, and until tomorrow, bye.